everybody, and welcome to the hashtag Hype Train podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Corey, the lead zoologist at Brookfield Zoo. So make sure you come out and see me, but make sure you got your mask on as well.
Oh. And we're here to review. We're back in our own timeline. If you haven't seen the last episode, go check it out. But we made it back safely, and now we are here to review some new and upcoming trailers for movies, TV shows, and video games. Looks like we have two movies and one. This is going to be a series. So let's start off with my pick. This movie is called The Comeback Trail. I'm glad that Robert De Niro is making a comeback for this movie. Let's check out the trailer.
You're lying.
I swear to you, I'm not lying. I'm lying a little bit, but I'm a producer. That's what I do. And I will have your money in full, I promise you.
You got 72 hours. After that, I choke you to death.
Come on, I'm not an idiot. You haven't painted the most accurate portrait of our investor.
All right! We've been in trouble before. We always find a way out.
It's all over the street. You need money. Why don't you guys come by the set? Frank Pierce is going to be there.
Excuse me, Mr. Pierce. I'm so sorry to bother you. Can I get your autograph?
Frank Pierce was insured for $5 million.
The scumbag. He doesn't shoot a frame of film and he makes $5 million.
Well, how would you have felt if all you had to show for it was a lousy insurance check?
Look, I got a scam.
What do you mean a scam?
We make it look like we're actually going to be putting together a movie. We heavily insure the star who'll do his own stunts. You're Duke Montana?
Yeah, that's Duke Montana. What are you doing, Duke Montana?
Come on, daily game, Russian roulette.
You are perfect for this particular part.
I really connected to the story.
Yeah, but Duke is like a Western, it's very masculine. Congratulations.
Bang! We kill him in a stunt, he's dead, and then we're rich. We're rich.
Action!
Duke Montana, if he were alive right now, I know he would be saying, "Where's that damn horse at?" Duke, my God, you're alive. You don't know this guy. He's got like 9 lives.
It's not that hard to kill somebody.
We're shooting this fantastic roper scene. It's gonna be a real killer.
If it wasn't for you, I'd be 6 foot under up on Booth Hill right now. I'm gonna hunt you down.
These people are ready to die for you.
Not the best choice of words.
We in the business.
What kind of a human being are you?
Well, I'm a producer.
How is it a guy making $1 million movie don't have a better car?
I don't believe in ostentatious flamboyance.
What, are you stupid?
No.
So that was The Comeback Trail with Robert De Niro. You guys saw Tommy Lee Jones in there, Morgan Freeman, Zach Braff. We got Emile Hirsch. We have a comeback of Eddie Griffin in this movie as well. I'll start with my own opinions. This thing looks awesome. It looks, it looks hilarious. A little bit of backstory about the movie. I guess this is a remake of some 1982 film of the same name by Harry Hurwitz. And I looked into that. I could not really find much about the original film. It might just be an old script that had been laying around for a while that, George Gallo, who wrote and directed this one, found and wanted to revamp. George Gallo, I looked into him. He's, in his career, he wrote the Bad Boys movies. Not much I remember from his directing credits, but Double Take? No, I don't know.
With
The
Eddie
Poison
Griffin
Rose
as well.
Yeah, I don't know any of those movies, but yeah, he wrote the Bad Boys
Double Take.
1, 2, and 3. He's currently writing the Bad Boys 4, so that's something to look out for. But this movie looks really funny.
They're doing that?
I guess that's all I really have. This looks really great. I love all the actors that are in it. It's good to see some returning people. Yeah, I'll popcorn over to Matt. Let's see what you have to say.
That's right. You were going to popcorn over to me because I want to say that this is the long-awaited reuniting Eddie Griffin with writer and director George Gallo after 2001's Double Take, which I'm almost sure you saw with me.
Oh, I do. Orlando, what's his name?
Orlando Jones and Eddie
Orlando
Griffin.
Jones.
Yeah, one's
What
a genius and
happened
one's
to
a
Orlando
street
Jones?
punk, right?
Oh man,
He's not a genius. He's like Orlando Jones is in Double Take, which is relevant because it was directed by the same director of this movie and also features Eddie Griffin. In Double
That
Take,
is a great movie.
Orlando Jones plays like a successful like banker, but he's super uptight, and then he somehow ends up stuck in like this just web of deceit and betrayal, where Eddie Griffin is like an undercover like FBI agent or something like that.
Oh, son!
That had to hurt.
All right.
Yeah, limp your way back over here. Let me show you how it's done.
You take the stage.
Nah, hang, I'm it. Let me show you how I used to do it before I joined the bureau. See, we used to kick it up like that there, nice and easy. Then we bring it around like that. Then we bring it. Drop it like it's hot. Tick, 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 tick. Hey, take it back to Beach Street, baby. Look out, crazy lady. Put some of that shabby too on guys. Hey, like this. Just break it down like this. Like fold up on it. Look out, crazy lady.
It's a really crazy movie, and I'm surprised to see that this movie is connected to that one. I guess this isn't actually as big of a comeback for Eddie Griffin as I thought, because apparently he was in that version of A Star is Born a few years ago that I didn't see but got nominated for a trillion Oscars. So good on Eddie Griffin for
I saw that, but I don't remember seeing him in there.
He apparently plays a pastor in that movie for bringing his career around. This movie looks good. It looks pretty funny. It doesn't look like it's going to be nominated for 9 Oscars like that movie I just referenced, but it looks fun. A lot of talented people in this movie, and sometimes it looks like just like a goofy like sit down, have a good time sort of movie, and I'm into it. That's pretty much what I have to say. So I'm going to popcorn over to Corey.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement here, guys. This just looks like such a fun time, and I think it has at least 1 or 2 actors in it that we're all interested in seeing them do something. And like seeing Zach Braff play that kind of nervous, neurotic JDS character again is always so nice and refreshing. Even though I'm sure he's probably sick of it, but he probably really needed a check. Emile Hirsch popping up in things is always great. Morgan Freeman doesn't need to do anything Morgan Freeman doesn't want to do. Same with Robert De Niro, same with Tommy Lee Jones. At this point, just like with The War with Grandpa, it's just an excuse to make a movie with your friends, it feels like. And then we're also going to, let other people join in. So yeah, I'm down. This seems like a good time. Obviously, I'm not going to go to a theater to see it, but if you can stream it the second it's in theaters, I'll just stream it at my house because that's the way I want movies to be forevermore. So, unless Fernandez has anything else to add, I think we're on to the next trailer, yeah?
Nope, not at all, Corey, because we got to do the boomer bust.
Oh, shit. So many episodes and formats and
yeah. Because we're back in our time.
Oh yeah, back in our time. It's our time down here.
It's our time. It's our time down here.
Yeah, it's our time down here. Booming and busting wasn't invented in the year 2000, so that's why we don't do that.
So let's move on to it. The boomer bust. Corey, go ahead.
Boom. Yeah. Boom. This is gonna be a fun time.
How about you, man?
Boom. One thing I forgot to mention is this movie. The plot isn't the same, but it kind of is giving me Bowfinger vibes. If that reference means anything to anybody.
I've never seen it, but I don't know. It feels kind of like I remember seeing the trailer. Kind of feels like that, and they're trying to a movie studio trying to pull one over on someone.
On somebody. Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to kill somebody, they're using their meek, lookalike.
So yeah, I'm also gonna boom. So this film is scheduled to be released on November 13th, 2020 by Cloudburst Entertainment. Go check it out if you wish. Let's move on to the next trailer here. Matt, this is your pick. Why don't you tell us a little something?
Going from a wacky comedy to sort of a more like, oh, what are you doing with your life sort of drama comedy. And sometimes, you just see a movie and you're like, well, I never thought that those two actors would be in a movie together. But, here we go. We have Bill Murray and Rashida Jones starring in Sofia Coppola's On the Rocks.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, kiddo. Oh my gosh, do you look beautiful. Cliff, how's your mom's hip?
Good, thanks.
Good. He thinks you're my girlfriend.
Grace.
Been busy?
Yeah. Dean's traveling with clients all the time, and I'm just the buzzkill waiting to schedule things. I'm so stuck.
So Dean's going away a lot, huh? On business trips?
Dad.
Raise your hand if that sounds fishy.
He's not like you. He's a good guy, a great dad.
Sure, it's nature. Males are forced to fight, to dominate, and to impregnate all females.
Maybe he's just not interested in me anymore.
Impossible. A woman's at her most beautiful between the ages of 35 and 39.
Great, so I have many months left.
Really? You're back in town. Been busy?
Yeah. Got a lot going on.
Do you? He should be worshiping the ground you walk on. And if he's doing something dishonorable, you need to know.
What if Dean's just busy? I'm in a rut. That's it.
I think we should follow him.
What?
I think you better see him in action.
This is your idea of incognito?
Coming through! Here's the plaza. This is the place to have an affair. It has the most exits.
Exits on 3 streets.
Can you just act a little less excited about this? Because this is my life, and it might be falling apart.
I don't know why women get plastic surgery.
Because of men like you.
I prefer the factory original.
Yeah, and every other make and model.
Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Are there two? Oh, scared me.
All right, everybody. So that was On the Rocks. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to do something I never expected I was going to do. And I'm going to connect this movie to a little film we looked at last episode, a little movie called G-Men from Hell. So
You were both puppets for Befard, weren't you?
Who you calling a puppet?
Back off, Pinocchio.
Starring William Forsythe, Tate Donovan, Bobcat Goldthwait, Paul Rodriguez, Gary Busey, and Robert Goulet as the Devil.
Look, pal, it's not like you think. Okay.
G-Men from Hell.
So this movie was directed by award-winning director Sofia Coppola. She's obviously the daughter of the very famous Francis Ford Coppola, who made The Godfather. She's made very successful movies in her own right. Lost in Translation, The Virgin Suicides, that Marie Antoinette movie. She is the cousin of Christopher Coppola, the director of G-Men from Hell. And as I learned, because Mike called me in the last episode, he also directed many episodes of 100 Deeds for Eddie McDowd. One thing that I wanted to say when I realized that, but I figured played better in this episode, is that Sofia Coppola is the cousin of Nicolas Cage, whose real last name is Coppola. Yes. So the director of G-Men from Hell is Nick Cage's brother. By the way.
Holy
no way. Absolutely true.
That's so weird, man.
So I want you to just always think of that before you do anything. Just remember that G-Men from Hell and many episodes of 100 Deeds for Eddie McDowd was one like childhood like leftover favor away from featuring Nicolas Cage.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
But on the rocks, Sofia Coppola. All of her movies, I would say, require thought. She wants to make you feel a certain way and think something. She's kind of an auteur, and this movie kind of feels that way as well. But she's definitely going for something a little more down to earth with this movie. Based on the trailer, it seems like the movie is really focused on Rashida Jones and Bill Murray relationship. The question is, are these two performers like compatible? I'm not really sure that I would have thought so. Also, Marlon Wayans is just around and he's not doing like Marlon Wayans things at all. So I assume that's what Marlon Wayans wants to do these days. This trailer is strange just because I think the tone is kind of weird in that the movie doesn't seem happy. The whole trailer, Rashida Jones is like, my husband's probably cheating on me, and I have a hard time trusting him because you, my father, have sex with every woman all the time, always. And I have to reconcile with that. But then at the end, it's like playing like this, like upbeat music. And I don't know where the tone of this movie is. But so, yeah, that's this weird movie. Popcorn over to Mike. Interested to know what you think of it.
Yeah, I thought, I kind of just want to piggyback on a couple things that you said. Sofia Coppola, I've seen Lost in Translation, and that was like, I think the main thing I've seen that I could remember the most of, and compared that to this it's obviously because they both star Bill Murray. Like how you were saying that Sofia Coppola has a way that she wants you to feel in these movies and in her directing style. And with Lost in Translation, is a lot of humor that comes from the interactions and the relationship between Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson's character in that movie.
In 25 years. It's impressive.
Well, you figure you sleep 1/3 of your life. That knocks off 8 years of marriage right there. So you're down to 16 and change, and you're just a teenager at marriage. You can drive it, but there's still the occasional accident.
Yeah.
I feel like how you're saying if Bill Murray and Rashida Jones, their characters are compatible or not. I feel like Bill Murray can be compatible with anyone, though. He's just that damn charming of a man. But a lot of those scenes kind of felt that way-ish to me from Lost in Translation. At least that's what I had to compare it to, I guess. So it just feels like maybe more exploration into that kind of comedy that Sofia Coppola puts in her films, and which seems like it's just like letting Bill Murray be old Bill Murray now, Marlon Wayans, it was cool just to see him again because I haven't really kept up with his career going on. It looks like a role that is completely opposite of the stuff he's been doing. He kind of like completely stuck to comedy, it looks like. He had a sitcom that I think was on Netflix because I think I checked out a couple episodes. It seems like maybe he is taking his career in a little bit more of a serious direction, which is kind of nice. I'm interested to see more of his, actual acting chops than him being, goofy and crazy Marlon Wayans that we all know. Even though actually I guess we did see that. It was Marlon Wayans in Requiem for a Dream, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So he's got acting chops. What am I talking about? But yeah, that's the most depressing movie in the world, though. Requiem for a Dream. Mm-hmm. Don't check that out if you want to feel okay in life.
The whole thing with that is like if your whole career is like a bucket of paint and then you drop one color in that one bucket, you're still only going to really see that main color. So like if your whole career is like white chicks and haunted house and scary movie, like the Requiem for a Dream is going to get diluted a bit.
Oh, that's a great point, and that's why I almost completely forgot about it because I was thinking that like I haven't really seen him be an actor, and then I realized I totally have seen him be a real actor, and yeah.
Marlon Wayans was supposed to be Robin in Batman Returns, but then they decided to not put Robin in the movie.
What?
So he's he still gets paid for that, despite the fact that he never did anything because he signed a contract. So think of a completely different career trajectory for Marlon Wayans. We almost had one.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
I didn't realize that I was the only one of the three of us to know.
Oh my God.
Neat little facts from Sanford.
Yeah.
This fact is worth my fragile little man.
So
now I'm just thinking about what that movie would have been like.
Yeah. Well, popcorn.
Wow. Wow. Guys, it's no secret that of the three of us, I'm the least compelled to like go out of my way. Unless it's a horror type setting, I'm not going to go watch a movie that's supposed to make me think or make me feel or anything like that. Like, I want a movie to either scare me, make me laugh, or make me go, oh my God, did you see that explosion? That was crazy. So even though this movie has Bill Murray and Rashida Jones, like, there's nothing about it that really compels me to go, I'm going to watch this on Netflix the second it comes out. Because it could be really cool, but on, like, with Sofia's track record, it's more likely to be a movie to make you watch it and then be like, wow, you know what? I think I need to evaluate my relationship with my father or daughter or wife or friend or whatever. It's not for me. It's never going to be for me. So unless this has a hidden twist where Marlon Wayans, not Marlon Brando, for Christ's sake, Marlon Wayans been dead the whole time, there's nothing here for me. I have nothing to input or add.
I would be very surprised.
Yeah.
What the twist? Nice damn llama.
Corey, you did say something about if it drops on Netflix. Just so you know, this is an Apple TV exclusive.
So there's 100% chance I'm not watching this. Like,
yeah.
Here we go. So how about a little boom or bust, Sanford? You guys, I'm trying.
I'm trying to not have as much dead air because we had so much from me last time.
Yeah. You know, I feel really weird about this movie. I'm gonna tentatively actually boom.
Hey.
The trailer isn't that good, but this is a modern problem because this is an Apple TV exclusive. I have no means of watching this movie, so I'm probably not going to see this movie for that reason. It did enough that, like, I like Bill Murray enough, and I do not need to always just keep my brain shut off when I'm watching movies like Corey does. That I'm going to say that this is probably a good movie, and people will probably like it.
So I'm actually going to bust this guy. I do love Bill Murray, but it's going to be on Apple TV, and I just maybe we'll do another platform wars in the future, and maybe Apple TV will be one of the things. But I don't see a lot of people. I don't talk to people about what they're watching on Apple TV. You know, it's mainly the big guys like Netflix and Hulu and stuff, which is why the only reason I think that it is going to be a bust. Corey, what do you think?
Bill Murray knows full well that busting makes me feel good, so I'm gonna bust the shit out of this one. I don't even think Platform Wars is even gonna, I don't even think Apple TV is gonna have a section on our Platform Wars because I'm not gonna get it, and I doubt the two of you are. Pops has it, and he barely watches it, and I think it was only because it came with his Apple TV box.
The Platform Wars we just do the trailers for. We don't actually need to get the services. We're just reviewing trailers. So, it's okay if we don't get the service. We can do an Apple TV trailer if something cool drops. But
yeah, we probably shouldn't, but we could.
Yeah.
Anyway, bust from me. No thank you to all Apple TV things.
All right. On the Rocks, actually, now that I'm looking, it is scheduled to be released in a limited theatrical release on October 2nd, 2020. And then it will be followed up by the digital streaming on Apple TV on October 23rd.
So here we go, guys. After the world is in ruins due to a man-made plague, a battle of biblical proportions ensues between the survivors in Stephen King's The Stand.
My name is Abigail Fremantle. You come see me at Hemingford Home.
Here I come.
Hello? Anyone alive out there?
Gonna
And that is the teaser trailer for CBS All Access's The Stand. And I have actually a few notes this time, so I'm going to kick it to Sanford to start the section off. I know, right?
Okay, so The Stand, obviously, this is a teaser, not a full trailer. So teasers like this of established properties are really more to hype, like, fans of that property, and then maybe to just intrigue people who haven't been on board of that property before. Since I've never read The Stand, I don't know what's happening in this little teaser because it's only like 28 seconds long. Seems fine. I guess it does kind of intrigue me. You know, it does set up the tone. Whoopi Goldberg is there. So that's good for Whoopi Goldberg. One time I went to Comedy Sports when I was a kid, which is a improv thing, and I, for some reason, thought Whoopi Goldberg was just the funniest concept. And the room was decked out in Whoopi Goldberg stuff. And so I just kept yelling Whoopi Goldberg whenever they asked for a person. And so these poor guys kept having to do jokes about Whoopi Goldberg.
Sentence that we're going to set up. So it'll go like this. Oh, I'm so hungry. I wish I had a...
Whoopi Goldberg!
Okay, but we want it to be actual food so that it like makes sense of the game. It's more fun that way. So let's try it one more time. Oh, I've got to get home so I can feed my...
Whoopi Goldberg!
You know what? Let's just play the game, okay?
That's hilarious. To me, I'm so
wondrous.
The way you said, like, Whoopi Goldberg is this hilarious concept, and then I'm just like, Whoopi Goldberg is a concept, not a person.
Yes. she obviously Whoopi Goldberg is a person, but she's above all that too. Yeah. Like, Whoopi Goldberg is a force of nature.
That is hilarious, though. That you
Sanford in the back of the room
Goldberg
just going.
Oh man.
Whoopi
Goldberg. I was probably 10 at the time.
They probably hated you.
Oh, absolutely.
They were get out of there. So we're at a New York deli, and I need a Whoopi Goldberg.
I remember they had to do this whole thing where they're supposed to do jokes where the setup is always the same. I saw a B movie about or with blank that was so bad, and then the audience says, how bad was it? And then they tell a joke. And I said Whoopi Goldberg, and they kept doing, I saw a B movie about Whoopi Goldberg that was so bad. But I'm like, you said the two things before. Why are you trying to make the movie about Whoopi Goldberg? Just make it easier for you and make the movie starring Whoopi Goldberg. But no, they kept saying that the movie was about Whoopi Goldberg.
It's a Whoopi Goldberg biopic starring other people.
Yeah. There's a lot of B-movie Whoopi Goldberg biopics, apparently. That's what I have to say. So I guess popcorn to Mike.
Just like Matt, I haven't read this. Haven't read a lot of Stephen King, but did a little research. You know, there's a lot of people in this movie. Things of note, or people of note. James Marsden's in this. Greg Kinnear, I like him. Whoopi Goldberg, we said. We also got Alexander Skarsgård, sibling to another Skarsgård who was in Stephen King's It movies. The one thing that's negative is that Amber Heard is in this, and if anyone has followed the news of her and Johnny Depp, she could just go away and do her own thing, and I'd be happier than seeing her and stuff. Another weird thing, and this is only on their Wikipedia and not on their IMDb page, so I don't know how trustworthy this is, but under the cast listing and not listed as a character, we have Marilyn Manson, and that's weird. And also recently in the news, because of I guess he treated Evan Rachel Wood very horribly, who she has been speaking out against. It's another negative. But again, this is Wikipedia, and someone could have just thrown that in here for giggles, and I don't know. So there is like 1 million characters from this thing, which just knowing, I mean, in movies and TV, it's hard to keep track of that many people, and even just looking at the just the character list from the books and even the comics, because there was a comic that Marvel Comics released a few years ago. There's like 30 characters, and they each
30 plus main characters
are like, they each have their own thing, and it's to me it's just like that's so many. I mean, beloved properties like this, whenever they like get the go ahead to become a movie or series or this or that, there's always a sense of like, from the fandoms of they could really screw this thing up, and we don't have a lot. We have 30 seconds of random footage to go off of. So I'm going to move it on to Corey because he is an actual fan of this, that maybe he can shed some light on whether or not, he thinks this is going to be good or not. He has a little bit more insight. I'm just worried with this many characters, it could be a cluster F of things. So, Corey, why don't you take it away?
Here we go, guys. So as you might have seen, because it flashed a few times in that little teaser trailer, this will be streaming exclusively on CBS All Access. What they didn't mention is this is going to be a 9-episode miniseries. So 9 episodes, roughly about 45 minutes apiece, is so much more time to tell this epic tale than the first run did that I already think we're steps ahead of where we were before. 1994 was when the original came out, or the original miniseries came out on ABC at the time. But there are 30 plus main characters in the novel. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going to have all of them being so prevalent in the miniseries itself. Like, I already know they're taking some liberties and changing some genders and changing some ages and changing some like backstories, like just from what I've seen in the IMDb and on the Wikipedia. Now, the original miniseries came out as a 4-part miniseries. It was 2 hours per part, totaling at 7 hours 36 minutes with like the cuts for commercials and stuff, because it did air on ABC. It was a 2-night mini event, and it like took the place of Roseanne and Monday Night Football, which I thought was kind of funny. The original had also was star-studded for the time. You had Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald, Jamie Sheridan, Laura San Giacomo, who was very popular at the time, not so much anymore, Ruby Dee, Miguel Ferreira, Rob Lowe, and I always mess up his name. He's the voice of Patrick on SpongeBob. Bill, it's like Fadgerbacky, or however he pronounces it. He was also like, I probably butchered it.
It just
and
sounds
you two
funny.
Can jump
it
in
sounds
anytime.
like a funny word. Fadgerbacky. Sorry, go ahead.
So in an interview Stephen King did in it was like 93 or 94, it was around the time this was going to be released on ABC. He mentioned that when he was writing this, like Fernanda said, he was really going for this huge sort of epic tale, to the point that he himself was losing track of characters. So in his studio in his home in Maine, he had like Post-it notes and string connecting all these characters like across a huge wall of like, all right, Nick Andros meets Tom Cullen here, and they know each other from there. And it was just this huge web that I think he took a picture of and posted at some point on the internet, but I didn't really look very hard to find it. But it was like, even himself in his prime, this was like driving him mad, how many characters he created and how many storylines he was trying to tie into this one final battle, which is essentially, I'm not going to say what the ending is because I don't want to spoil it. I know what it is, and anyone who watches the original can know what it is. But I have so much hype for this, even with Amber Heard, even with possible Marilyn Manson, that when they released this trailer, I watched it 17 times in a row just because I was like, oh, that's Trash Can Man possibly, or oh, that's probably going to be Andros, or oh, that's probably going to be Stu Redman. That I knew this had to be my pick, even though I was hesitant to pull this as my pick for the last second because they also just dropped the Dune remake trailer, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I could always slide that in real quick and make Fernandez have to download that and put that in its place. But I am so hyped for this that I decided to just stick with this. And that's the end of my notes. That's the end of my thoughts. So I guess let's move on to the Boomer Bust section, right?
Hey, everybody. It's time to do the Boomer Bust. for the stand. I guess I'll go first. I'm going to say boom. This looks pretty good. Should be good, right?
Yeah.
Corey, I know what you're going to do, so you should just do it right now.
Boom! I want boom. So much boom. Boom forever. All Stephen King things boom. Actually, I wonder if there's enough. No, probably not. Stephen King material trailers out there for me to just always pick a Stephen King trailer till the end of the hype train.
It's on CBS All Access. Like,
I got it.
What is that? I didn't even. There's so many streaming things. We'll do another. We got to do another platform wars.
That's what Star Trek is on now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I don't know. Picard and Lower Decks. And...
because it's on another streaming service that feels inaccessible to me. I want to bust it, but I don't know. This is a huge deal. Corey, you're really into it. I think I want to give it a triple bust or triple boom. I want to give it a triple boom for you, Corey, because this seems like a big deal for Stephen King fans and for you. So.
Golden ticket.
We haven't done this in a while because the last episode where we had the golden tickets, nobody got it. So let's see if anyone's going to get the golden ticket to first class in this train ride here. Let's start it out. So we're going to put it to a vote. Matt, how about your vote first?
I'm gonna give the golden ticket. My vote goes to the comeback trail, which, believe it or not, we did talk about.
Oh, so long ago.
Oh.
Corey, how about your vote?
Surprisingly enough, it's still a little too early on to 100% the stand. Plus, we can always revisit it in Platform Wars. So my golden ticket also goes to the comeback trail.
Nice. Well, which leaves me as no matter what I vote, it's going to go to the comeback trail. But I also want to give it to the comeback trail. It looks fun.
Hey, here we go.
Robert De Niro looks great in it. You got so much talent there. Robert De Niro, Tommy Lee Jones, Morgan Freeman, Zach Braff, Eddie Griffin, Emil Hirsch, some other people. But it looks great. So, yeah.
Other people there, I'm sure.
So, moving on to that time.
From Double Take.
Oh, man, yeah. So it's about that time to vote for someone to be kicked off the hype train.
I think we all know that we're probably going to vote on the rocks off the hype train, would be my guess.
Well,
I have already forgot what the name of the movie was. I was just going to be like Bill Murray one, right? That's my vote.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I want to kick it off is the inaccessibility again with this other friggin' Apple TV platform. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I boomed the movie, but I'm not hyped for it. So, get it out of here.
Yeah, that's totally fair. At the hype train, we just, even though we sometimes rag and bust on things, we always want to congratulate the people behind the trailers we review on the show, because it takes a lot to make a movie, to make a video game, to make a TV show. And this last week, one of those works was finally released, and it wasn't one we ragged on. It was actually one we were super excited for, and that's Woke. So congratulations to the team behind Woke.
Hey!
It was released, and it's got a lot of positive buzz. So if you got Hulu, Woke is an option for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's funny if anyone is interested to listen to that podcast, or you already did, I made predictions about Rose McIver's character in the series, and after watching Woke, I was completely wrong and really caught off guard at how well they subverted expectations there, and it went in a way different direction than I thought, and I'm really happy that they did. It was something. A lot of these things when we do our speculations on trailers, a lot of the stuff looks predictable and this and that, but Woke went a different direction, and I think they're better off for it. So, congrats. And also congrats to anyone else that we may be missing. I mean, it's hard to keep up with everything while we're trying to look for new trailers for this stuff and trying to keep up with, everything that is coming out. Also, it's a little tough. So still congratulations, as Matt put it, in a very good way here. It does take a lot of hard work to do this stuff, and we're just critics and just normal dudes talking about movies and stuff. So
just three bros chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because we're not gay.
But I would like to shout out to the director of Max Reload. I would like to shout out to the director of Max Reload and the Nether Blasters, if that's really him that commented in our comments for that episode where we reviewed that show, and he gave us a little shout out there as a thank you for showing Max Reload some love. That's really cool that a director of a film we reviewed commented. So I want to give a little shout out to him.
Yes. I guarantee you that his name is Scott Condon. That
Didn't
he
I say that?
put his own movie.
No, he's just said the
that's
director.
That's why I keep yelling it. Yeah, that's why I keep yelling the name. That he put in his own movie's name to search on YouTube, and so he got our video, and he was like, "All right, they're talking about this," and so he commented, and that's great. So, hey.
I almost want to read you the whole thing since I didn't say his damn name.
No.
Scott Condit. Scott Condit.
Scott Condit.
Scott Condit.
Let's all just say, why don't we just chant?
Scott Condit.
Scott Condit. Scott Condit.
Condit. Scott Condit. Scott Condit. The power of Scott Condit compels you. The power of Scott Condit compels
This is it right here. This is the episode. This is popping. Oh, man.
Oh, with that, Corey, I think it's time for you to do your thing and take us home.
It's almost time for me to do my thing. I had one fun idea I thought would be cool. Since we watch a lot of stuff, see a lot of stuff, play a lot of stuff, I thought it'd be cool, real quick, at the end of every hype train, in between thanking or congratulating people and my wrap-up, why don't we each pick one thing we're watching, playing, reading right now, and give it a shout-out and suggestion for our viewers. How about that? Mine's going to be the new cartoon on Netflix, Hoops. Very funny. And it's got Jake Johnson, and I like him.
It's a very, I think I remember seeing the trailer, but it was dropping so soon that we weren't able to put it on the hype train for Hoops. Very adult cartoon, though. Just a heads up for any of our younger viewers out there or people with kids. Matt, how about you, since we're doing a thing that none of us are prepared for, at least not me?
Yeah, so shout out to, I don't know, the Great British Baking Show, The Early Years, because that is the most recent thing I watched on Netflix.
That's a solid shout out. That's before Noel Fielding joins, right? Because he doesn't join until way.
Oh yeah, like he's just done the last couple seasons. It's Mel and Sue. I don't know their last names.
Maybe I should check
it out. It's a fun time.
People say things about it.
Everything that annoys you about American competition shows is not there. So that's
so good.
That's the most positive thing I could say about anything.
Okay.
I
would like to shout out. I'm not going to do a thing I'm watching. I would like to shout out the band The Deer Hunter.
Even better.
Corey, this was something because you texted me asking for like requests of a song, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to learn a song and then challenge you via Facebook, and I'm going to play the song, and then your turn to do a song. I was going to do this whole thing, but it's coming along a lot slower than I thought because the Deer Hunter is very talented. That guy's Casey Crescenzo. So I'm trying to learn his stuff, and he's very talented, and I'm not as much. So, but go check out the Deer Hunter. They're great.
I've already done one of those.
Which one did you do?
I did She's Always Singing.
All right.
Is that the one you were gonna like? You can do it better.
No. I mean, I had two. I had that. I had that one and the one off the Green album, things that fade away or something.
Fall away.
I think.
Whatever.
You should do something off of Red, Black, or Violet and just destroy your voice.
Oh yeah, I was trying to do the one.
You should do the tank off of Act 3.
I was gonna do We've Got a Score to Settle, but it's like I'm gonna yell.
Calm down, you won't gain any ground with your shaking from head to toe.
You know what, man? I'm gonna try that one now for you. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be an awful shaky guitar thing. We're gonna try it out. Corey, I'm gonna challenge you, and then
I assure you, I won't be able to play it.
Well, not that. Like I'm gonna challenge you. You just got to pick another Deer Hunter song to do. you know.
More obscure song I was thinking of was Mr. Malum off of Violet, because that would just kill you. Because that kind of feels like a song from a play, and then the chorus is just screamed at the top of your lungs. So,
so yeah, that was my
great
little
song
plan.
though.
But I mean, screw it. I was like, let's plug the Deer Hunter then.
I like this. All right, so guys, check out the Deer Hunter. Check out Great British Baking Show. Check out Hoops. This is fun. I like plugging things.
Plugging.
Let's
plug away and take us home.
All right, let's plug away for another day.
We need air fresheners on the hype train, so plug them in.
Yeah, plug them in. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing if you did. Comment down below if you are a fan of the Deer Hunter, or if you do like the Great British Baking Show, or if you have watched any of Hoops. We'd love to hear from you guys. That being said, guys, please remember to take care of yourselves during these still trying times. Things are getting better, but they're only getting better because we're being smart and safe. Always remember to support your local post office. We love shouting them out. And, yeah, just be good people. That's all we ever really should do, is try and be good people and be good to each other. That being said, for the hashtag hype train and signing off for the rest of the night, I'm Corey.
I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
And we will see you guys on the next ride.
She wanna dance 'cause she likes